Alright, we're going to go over how to determine the slope of equations. And the first thing and the very important thing that we need to remember is that slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b, where m is your slope and b is your y-intercept. And also, if anything is in this y equals mx plus b form, or any form of this where it has no exponents, it's just y equals mx plus b, if it's anything like that, it's going to be a linear. It's going to make a straight line. So we're going to go through a couple of examples, and we just need to identify the number in front of x as long as it's in that y equals mx plus b form. So if we look at number 1, we have y equals negative 4x plus 5. And since it's already in slope-intercept form, we can say that my slope is negative 4 over 5. Example 2, we have y equals 6x plus 7. Again, this is also in slope-intercept form, so we can say that our slope is 6 since the m is in front of the x. We need to know what to do if it's not in slope-intercept form. We need to make it look like it's in slope-intercept form. So we're going to kind of move things around in our equation to make it look like that. That means we want to solve for y. It's the same process each time. We're going to move our x first. Since this is a positive 2x, we're going to subtract 2x on both sides. That's going to leave me with negative 4y equals, we can't do 8 minus 2x because 8 doesn't have an x. So we're just going to write our negative 2x first, and then since this is positive 8, we put plus 8. I wrote my negative 2x first because we want it to look like y equals mx plus b. And in the slope-intercept form, the x and its coefficient come first. Now y is still not by itself. We have the negative 4 in the way, so I need to divide everything by negative 4. So that gives me y equals negative 2 over negative 4 is 1/2 x, and 8 divided by negative 4 is negative 2. So now my equation's in slope-intercept form, and we can say our slope is 1/2. Example 4. Again, we need to put it in slope-intercept form where it looks like this, so we need to solve for y. In order to do that, we have to move our x first. Since this is negative 3x, we add 3x to both sides. That leaves me with 2y equals, again, we write 3x first since the m and the x come first in my slope-intercept form. So we 3x, and this is negative 16, so we put minus 16. 2 is still in the way of y being by itself, so we divide both sides by 2. We divide everything by 2, and that gives me y equals 3 divided by 2 can't give you a whole number, so we keep it as 3 over 2x. And negative 16 divided by 2 is negative 8. And my slope is positive 3 over 2. Example 5. We have negative 4x minus 6y equals 36. Again, we always move the x first and then the number in front of y. So we add 4x to both sides since this is negative 4x. That leaves me with negative 6y. Don't forget this sign in front of the 6 because that's attached to the 6. Equals 4x plus 36. Divide everything by negative 6. And that gives me y equals negative 4 over 6x minus 6. But we can simplify negative 4 over 6. So we can say our slope is negative 4 over 6. But that simplifies to negative 2 over 3. You can also write your equation as negative 2 over 3x minus 6. And our last example. We need to move the x first, which is positive 2x, so I subtract 2x on both sides. That leaves me with negative y equals negative 2x plus 1. I put plus 1 because that's a positive 1. There's a negative sign in front of y, and remember that in between the negative and the y is an invisible 1. So we can divide by the negative or by negative 1, whichever you want to say. So we're dividing everything by negative 1. So I have y equals negative 2 divided by negative 1 is positive 2. Bring down your x and positive 1 divided by negative 1 is negative 1. And my slope is 2. And that is how you find the slope of equations.